Welcome to Everbank Stadium, football fans in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, a good one in store here. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Are ready to get this one going. And we're off from Jacksonville. Bayshul Tootin now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. They're brought out by the fifth-year man out of Clemson. Hard to believe it's year 5, isn't it, Brock? Former #1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence.
When you have a franchise quarterback, and Trevor is that guy in Jacksonville, you typically don't slump to bottom 5 in the draft, but that's where the Jags have found themselves. And that's why there's a new system, a new coach, and really a new lease on life for Trevor in what becomes a very big year in his career.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Jack Thompson finishing that play off.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. We come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. The both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Off the play action, it's Lawrence. And the defense making a play on this opening series. That one is knocked away, and that brings up 3rd down. And we're seeing this more and more these days, mixing some deep looks into that opening script. Brock test all levels of the secondary. They held up there.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the last time this defense will be tested. This group likes to push the ball down the field. They answered the call that time.
Running back motions right. Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Completed to his running back. He makes the catch, but is hit before he can get that first down. They say he's maybe a yard short.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the first down.
Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. They're going for it here. Going on 4th, here's Lawrence. That's Cox, he's got Washington. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
They've got to like how they've been moving it early here. It's down to the opposing 45-yard line. Lawrence with it on 1st. Hits his running back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you gotta imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. From the gun, Etienne gets it. And they haul him down after a gain of a couple. Leaves him in need of 1 more yard here on 3rd down.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Etienne on third down. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Give them leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
At the 34-yard line.
Good opening drive to this point. They've got another first down at the 34. The pitch is to Etienne. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Now nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. First carry now. This is Bashal Tootin. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. They gain 11 on that play, and that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Lawrence now off the play action. Stepping up, and he's going to run. He will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars finish up an excellent opening series. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Cam Little to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Bills nothing.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On the return, here's Ray Davis. He dodged the tackle. Mismanages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. They're led out by the reigning NFL MVPs. Finished top 5 in voting 4 of the last 5 seasons, Josh Allen.
He won the MVP award. We all knew he'd capture at some point of his career. And to me, Katie really did so because he further elevated everybody around him. That's what MVPs do. It's exactly what Josh did a season ago.
We've set it downs for him from the 31. Tight end going in motion here. First tone of the game for James Cook. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing him a loss. First play of the game. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
They send the tight end in motion. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Buffalo first. And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our first quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They're looking at first down here. Cook trying this one up the gut. Escapes a defender. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
First down. First and 10.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Going to the ground again on first. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Cook. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd down, they need 7. Throw here, 3rd down. That's caught for the first. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
It's a gain of 31 yards. That's another Bills. First down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
This is Cox. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills finish off their opening drive. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Matt Prater for the point after try. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Tootin now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. 2nd drive coming up for the Jacksonville offense. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Lawrence to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
New set of downs from 37. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. He lofts it deep right side. Trying to float that one in, and defender's there for the interception. That's Cole Bishop. That's one of the longest throws we have or probably will see in this contest, partner. Too bad it wound up in the hands of the defense on the interception.
It is so easy to marvel at the sheer amount of distance he threw that football. But can we also take a step back and marvel about the amount of distance covered by that defender? He had to stick in coverage 50 yards down the field, and that's not just it. It's not even about getting there. Once you get there, you got to make the play. He did it. That is job well done.
Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Cook. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Devin Lloyd on the tackle.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Allen setting up play action. Finds his fullback. And he's out of bounds just short of the 15.
It's always nice to see teams still employ a fullback. I love rewarding the big guy with some touches during a game. They earn those looks. That was a well-run route, and he showed some soft hands to bring it in.
To the line, here's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Allen. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Well, they've been perfect to that point on the drive run. First time we've seen this coverage force them into a misstep in a while.
Now, I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
and I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Well, we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. Hang with us. More football coming up from Everbank. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That one's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. And no gain after the catch, but the gain's still out across midfield. There to the 45. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. Lawrence working from the gun. Brought in inside the 20. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. Gain of 26 yards there. And the Jaguars have a 1st down.
Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. The Jaguars are going to call their 1st time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
So many offenses will script, Kate, their first 15 plays of a game, but it's often getting to the lesser used stuff like that that's critical in the red zone. They get a decent gain out of it and continue the push for the goal line.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And he's got it, it's in close. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7.
14, Bills 7.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Ty Johnson now to return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Bills offense takes over. Not much time remaining in the half. With the time remaining, let's see if they can get this into field goal range. Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. Throwing now on 1st down. Allen. Here's a screen for Cook. And not a lot available there. Makes it to the 26. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 6 coming up here. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. He's got Khalil Shakir. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Buffalo calls it 2nd time out of the half. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 from the 32. Allen setting up to throw. Makes the grab in bounds outside. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. Now the Bills use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. 1st and 10 now from the 46. To the air again, Allen. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, that's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. To throw again, it's Allen. Throw right side, and Shakir has it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
So a 1-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hansen. He's got our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thanks for that update, Scott. Welcome back, everyone, for the 3rd quarter. Got a 1-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On the return, here comes Davis. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So to begin the third, it's going to be the Buffalo offense we see first. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. The Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Working now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
We've set it downs from 37. 1st and 10. Here's Allen. And they had somebody there for that quick stop, but a nice completion gets him across midfield. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Another Bills. First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Cook. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Back to throw now, Allen. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation. It's just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Downfield, and Shakir has it. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. It's a gain of 22. And the Bills have a first down. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
They'll run it with Cook. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
A gain of 13 yards. First down.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. And that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
And this is going to be a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Prater on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills tie things up at 14. They send this away. Tootin now on the return. Shoots away from one. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action. Lawrence. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. He's got it at the 30. He will get this inside the 30.
It's a pickup of 44 yards. That's good for the Jaguars. First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
1st down throw. Lawrence. Completes another one to Thomas. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. That's another Jaguars.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
Lawrence, a quick throw out wide. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars grab the lead on their first series of the half. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Little Tex on the extra point. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7.
Bills 14.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On return, here comes Davis. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Bills and wide receiver Brandon Cook set to take over now. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. Allen on the play action. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They got 21 yards on the play. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Former #1 pick, Trayvon Walker on the stop.
You know, it's pretty clear just watching this unfold. They want to find a way to get this player in space where he's most dangerous. Defenders made sure they kept him contained and limited what came off on that one.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. Connects on the crosser. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's Bills football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. So first down from the 41. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. We call that one a gain of, let's say, 2 yards at second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 39-yard line.
Throwing here, Allen. Has him on the quick hitter. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That's another Bills. First down. First and 10.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, first and 10. Blitz coming here, Allen. Gets it quickly to Palmer. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that was way too much risk for that reward.
Second and 3 now. Play action now with Allen. Hits his running back. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. It's a gain of 4 there. And the Bills have a first down.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. On the ground, first run for Ray Davis. And this will be stopped after a nice 6-yard pickup there on first down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's second and 4. Here's a give to Cook. And he's going to work ahead for a couple here. It's third down now.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Third and just 2 to go. He'll throw it. He's got it. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills now trail by just a point in the 4th. Dalton Kincaid with a touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Tootin now on the return. And And this gets out to the 30 before he stopped. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. They're headed out there after just watching their lead disappear, but going off of that, an opportunity does exist now for an immediate answer.
And I'm going to say the quiet thing out loud here, Kate. There is a part of this offensive group that just loves this opportunity. They get the chance right now to answer, and not just that, but possibly come up with a game-winning drive.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lawrence working from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Able to find Strange here. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Here's ETN on 1st down. He dodged the tackle. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he gets this one down inside the 30. That's a gain of 5.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
1st down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. ETN again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars jump in front late. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7.
Bills 21.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On the return, here comes Davis. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. The Bills and quarterback Josh Allen ready to get back to work now on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. He'll look to throw it. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Ball still on that 34-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here he is to throw. Middle of the field, this is taken in by Palmer. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
It's a gain of 35. First down, Buffalo.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Setting up to pass. Throwing the out route complete. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Handoff headed right. It's Cook. He's close, but he is stopped before he can get to that first down. Picks up 4.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Another one for Cook. And he's going to have enough for the first down, not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
That's one as a running back in this league, you got to convert every time. Teams really don't care. If you're a Hall of Famer or an undrafted rookie, you can't get 1 yard for a first, they're going to start holding auditions for someone who can.
So Buffalo's going to call it second timeout. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal. They can decide to play for the tire win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. It's 2nd and goal. The close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points.
It's intercepted! That will do it! Foye Oluokun with the pick. And the Jaguars make the play that should win them this game!
Intercepted. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Hey, I totally get it. You pass it here because that's what's comfortable. Largely, it's what you did to get down inside the red zone, but so often what works in theory doesn't work in practice, and it can lead to some pretty nasty results.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down. And drawn up here for Lawrence. So the Jaguars come away with a win in this one. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
Okay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.